Hello! We're doing a Q&A today. I asked you to ask me questions on Instagram, which you did. Thank you very much. But that means I have to answer them. So let's get into it. I am not gonna name any names because I didn't ask you guys if you were okay or not with your name being public, so no names. Let's just get into the questions, shall we? The first question is, can you describe your music journey / background? How did you discover you wanted to make music? Very good question. So basically, when my mom was pregnant with me, she would listen to classical music because she thought that made kids more intelligent. Obviously that didn't work, but when I was a kid, when I was a baby, I would sit on my mom's lap. She was playing the piano and I was just like doing this on the piano. I guess that's what got me into music in the very beginning. And then when I was 8 years old, this random night I couldn't fall asleep, and I went down to my mom and I said, "Mom, I think I want to play the harp." I don't know how I got that idea, but I got into harp lessons. We found a teacher and a harp to rent, and yeah, I took classes for quite a few years, and then I got into guitar and singing later on, and songwriting and all that stuff. But I've been playing music my entire life, pretty much. Okay, another question. Somebody asks basically the same. I just answered that, but he also says, I would also like to know how you felt when you went busking for the first time in Switzerland and abroad. Among the street musicians, I have only seen a few women so far. Interesting question, interesting point. So the first time I went busking, I was terrified. I actually had to go to the police station because here in Switzerland, you have, in some towns, you actually have to let the police officers decide whether or not your music is good enough to be played in the streets. So they approved, thank you. That was nice. I went to the streets, I started playing, and the first 5 minutes I was absolutely terrified. But after 5 minutes, I got over it and I kind of fell in love with it, and that's what I've been doing now. So yeah, it's true. There's not I mean, I guess there was more guys playing in the streets. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't have an explanation for that. I just really enjoy doing that, so I just do it. Just a little side note to that question, because I feel like I might have misunderstood it. Maybe that person meant, have I ever felt unsafe busking as a woman alone? And the answer is no, I haven't. So basically Switzerland is a very, very safe place. I also busked a lot in Portugal. I was busking in Lisbon a lot, and I met a bunch of other musicians. Well, most of them were guys. There was one other girl, otherwise it was mostly guys, but they were super nice and super supportive and protective, and I never had any kind of trouble. And when I say I was terrified the first time I went busking, it's not because I didn't feel safe, it's because I was nervous. So I just want to clarify that. But then again, this is just my experience. I'm not saying you will never run into any kind of trouble. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Now, that being said, let's go back to the Q&A. Oh, another good question is here. You have excellent questions. Thank you so much. Do you find that other string instruments have similarities that help you to get started with them? I think so, yes. I think knowing how to play the harp helped me playing the guitar. Although I mean I'm horrible at playing the guitar, but it kind of I guess they kind of complement each other. The thing is with the guitar is that the picking technique is different. So when I actually play a guitar, I play it like a harp. I'm not doing it right, but it kind of gives you an idea. But I think the main thing is when you have a music background, when you already play an instrument, it's gonna be easier to play another instrument because you already have the ear, you have maybe a bit of theory. So yeah, that definitely helps. Do you let the strings play the melody for you, or do you have a melody in your head that you figure out? Depends what I'm doing. If I'm improvising, I guess I do a bit of both. The cool thing with the harp is that you set it in the key you want to play in, and then you're good. But the difficult thing is that you can play multiple strings at a time. So yeah, if I'm just improvising, sometimes I kind of know what notes I'm supposed to play. I don't really know because I do it pretty intuitively, so I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. And sometimes it works. What's your favorite genre of music to sing / play? I guess the style I play in my songs would be, I guess, indie folk with a harp, obviously. I like to do rock covers on the harp. Like I did a bunch of Radiohead covers, and I did Red Hot Chili Peppers cover recently. I really like the contrast, and I used to listen to that. Well, I still do, but I grew up listening to that music. I like to play a bunch of different styles with the harp. I like the unusual stuff, but I also play Celtic stuff sometimes. It really depends. Oh, do you play Celtic Irish harp? Yes, I do play the Celtic harp, which is the one with the levers, but I also play the pedal harp, the big one. Oh, thank you for that question. Where can I listen to your music? Very good question. Actually, I need to get that fixed. I have a Spotify situation. I mean, I have a guitar album on Spotify, but it's on somebody else's profile, some other Mia. I need to do something about that. But I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. I also have a harp album on Bandcamp with violin on some of the songs. It's my friend Marino, hi Marino if you're watching, who is playing the violin on a few of the tracks. But the thing is, I mixed it myself. I didn't have the right equipment. It was kind of a DIY album that I did in the first lockdown in Portugal, when I was in Portugal back then. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. It's very poorly mixed. But I'll put a link anyway if you want to check it out. Oh, somebody asks, visiting Ireland soon. I'd love that. I'd love that. Well, let's hope the pandemic is not gonna last much longer. But yeah, that would be super cool. I would love that. Oh, somebody says, I like you so much and I want to be in a relationship. Amazing, me too. Let's get married. I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Do you have anything unusual in your busking bag? Anything you can't live without or you found to be super handy over the years? Very good question. I don't know if I have anything unusual. I guess having a harp, busking with a harp is an unusual thing. But one thing that has changed is that I used to busk with my guitar, so I used to put the guitar case on the ground. Now I have a nice little box and I put it on top of this, one of those, you know, picnic chairs, foldable chairs. I don't know what they're called, but anyway, something like that. So I put that, I put the box on top of that so that it looks nicer, and also people don't have to, it's closer to people, so maybe they're more likely to make a donation. I don't know. But it works for me. And another thing is this. I need to be drinking water all the time, otherwise I lose my voice, especially here in Switzerland. You can't be amplified, so otherwise my voice gets very tired. So yeah, but I have that all the time, even if I'm not singing. And how tall are you? I'm 168 centimeters tall, which is, if I'm not mistaken, 5'6" if you count in inches or feet or those things. Yeah. I got through all the questions. Thanks again so much. I hope I didn't forget one of them. Let me know if you liked that video. I don't know, it's a bit unusual. It's kind of weird, but yeah. If you like it, I might do another one. If you have more questions too, that would help. There will be a new music video with harp and singing next week. I mean, I'll try next week. That's it for today. Have a good week and see you soon. Bye bye.